Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cree Childs coming to you from Central Texas. And today I'm going to be sharing a product that we just bought for one of the vacation rentals that we're managing. This is a smart key lock. It's a key lock box that we're going to be putting on one of the properties. The reason why we went with this smart key lock box is because we want to have the ability to remote control the passcodes that the guest or the user gets, but we also wanted to keep the existing locks in place. We didn't want to do anything to the doors. And the way that the doors are set up, they're thick enough to where you can't actually get a smart lock around it. Now, there are like certain products out there, like the August lock that you can attach to the back of the door, but we didn't want to mess with anything at all with this door because it's such a beautiful door. So we just elected to have this instead, where we made a duplicate of the key. And this is going to allow us, this lock box system is going to allow us to be able to change the code after each guest checks in and checks out, or at least change it like once a week, just so that there's not the risk of people coming back and checking back in. But the other thing is that the other component to the system is going to be that every person is made aware if the key is not returned, then it is I believe it's going to be like a $200 rekeying fee, because these are pretty nice doors and pretty nice locks, and it will require us to actually change out all the locks in the house. Now you might be asking, like, why not just go with a smart lock, one that you can remote program and you don't have to deal with keys or anything like that. It's because really, like, we don't want to make the guests go around the back of the house just to be able to get into the property, and we don't want to have to drill out the doors. We don't want to have to create some sort of like funky attachment system, because it's about this thick, which is about a ½ inch thicker than a regular door, and we don't want to screw up the doors or have to change the doors or do anything else fancy or funky. So instead, we're just going to put this $150 lock on the door and have the key inside the lock. We made it a backup just in case they get locked out. And then our cleaners are instructed to, after every single person checks out, check all the doors, check for the key, make sure everything's locked. Simple system, right? So we're going to go ahead and unbox this guy. So I'm going to have in a minute, we're going to go ahead and bring the camera in closer. We're going to open this up and kind of showcase what the Igloohome Smart Keybox 3 entails. And I did not get the first one or two key boxes. I heard about this smart key box, and I thought, hey, this is a really cool idea. Up until now, we've only been using the non-programmable key boxes. They're like 30 bucks over at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. Those work fine. The challenge with those, I think you actually get like $20 ones as well, is that you have to manually reset it. So if you're going to be instructing like cleaners or handyman or maintenance staff or something like that to go in and change the lock code, they're going to have to actually physically open up the box, press a lever, change the code, press the lever back, and remember the code. That's too many steps, and so that's why we elected for a digital version, because all you have to do is open up your phone, go to the smart app, reprogram the code, boom. I know that with most smart locks, they hold up to 100 programmable codes. We use smart locks on all of our properties because our software will automatically reset the code. So it'll change it based on the guest, based on their last 4 digits of their phone number, and whether they're staying a week or a year, it doesn't matter. It still programs the code for the length of stay. With the Igloo, I'll have to see about how to connect that via software, but in the interim, we can just open up the app, change the code, and we're good to go. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and unbox this bad boy. All right, so here we go. And what I like about it so far is that the box is like a really nice rigid box. It's almost like, I noticed that some of these higher quality products, or like more techie products, try to have like this almost Apple-esque feel, right? They're trying to really sell the quality of the product with the type of inserts they use, type of materials that they use. They got this little welcome note. It says, "Welcome to the Igloo family. This is the beginning of your smart accessory journey. Congratulations on your new Smart Key 3. Has a nice little padded insert right here. And then what I thought was pretty interesting, I did already open this up, is that the bag that they use is like this like, almost, it's not transparent like the Ziploc bags that you use for putting food in and stuff. It's got like a nice texture to it. It doesn't have that like regular plasticky feel, even though it is recycled materials. It has a nice, almost like a carrying pouch feel, right? So Again, product design nerd. I like product design a lot. It does come in like a styrofoam cushion box that is the size, the shape of the insert. It looks like if you turn it upside down, it looks like a map pen, or if it looks like a water droplet or something. I guess Igloo water. So we'll go ahead and take this out of the box, and I'm going to go ahead and move this box over. And then we have basically in here, all we've got is the smart lock, and then we have a set of batteries. So again, being a fan of design and minimalism, this is pretty minimalistic. I'm assuming, yeah, so they even have, they're assuming that their target audience is technologically savvy. Obviously, it's a smart lockbox. So they have all the instructions and everything here on the back of the card. Again, this is all that comes in the box. So I'm already impressed, I guess. We're going to see how well it works. It's very easy to open. You got a couple different things in here. So we've got an ability to mount it on the wall. So it's kind of a dual purpose device. You've got a cushion insert here. You've got a latching bar, a U-shaped bar, and you have some little QR codes, which I'm assuming are going to be, instructions or something like that. We've got a little foam insert there, and we've got, again, these QR codes. We'll scan those and see where those go, and then you've got the lockbox. And it looks like it's big enough to actually hold 3 sets of keys, which I thought was pretty interesting. So we've got here some sort of locking mechanism. I haven't quite figured out how to use this yet. I literally just opened the box, so go ahead and see if I can get it open. There we go. So it's a little latch in here. It's pretty easy to use, just right here underneath that seats this U-bar. And so you have 2 different types of bars. One that gives you a little bit more space, and the other one that gives you a little bit more, a little less space. This is probably going to be better for like a door handle. This is probably better for like a fence gate or a door handle or something like that. So again, it's probably the same process. You just slide it in there and boom, there you go. So far, pretty easy to use. Haven't played around with the batteries yet. Haven't set up the app or anything to see what it's like to program the codes and whatnot. So we'll figure that stuff out and then let you guys know. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the design and the packaging, and how simple and easy it is to use. So we'll go ahead and install this and then do an update on that at the end of this video. And yeah. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention is I did notice this little description here on the back, which just says, screw the battery cover tightly after inserting the batteries back in. So I'm assuming this little screwdriver set is for dismounting these screws. All right, so there we go. It's pretty easy to take this backing off, and that's where the batteries go. And they're AAA batteries, so it looks like you're going to need to replace them probably once every 6 months. Does not need to have Wi-Fi, so it shouldn't be tapping into the Wi-Fi signal all the time. Another thing that I really like about this is that you've got here the screws that don't come all the way out, which is, again, just a nice product feature. It's a nice design feature, really. Again, anytime that somebody is going to go to the effort of designing something like that to where the user experience is just that much better, they know this is going to be a point of contention. If these screws get lost, hey, I've lost my screws. I need another set of screws, whatever. They've already solved a huge design constraint, which is if you think about, imagine they're selling 100,000 of these a month. Well, if 10% lose these screws, that means that they're going to get 10,000 messages a month from people who've lost their screws, right? Imagine 1% loses their screws. 1,000 people a month. How many people are you going to have to employ in order to just service those screw requests? So a simple design feature like this where the screw doesn't come all the way out is genius. It's going to save them thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars every month in people returning, cancellations, people trying to return the product with the missing pieces, etc. And so just things like that save so much money that people don't even really understand. So hats off to them again. I already like the product. I like the design. I like the packaging. I like all this stuff so far. We're going to see how well it works next. I figured I'd just go ahead and install the batteries as well, just to go ahead and get a feel for what the screen looks like. Because again, we haven't yet installed it at the proper. Go, and then it looks like it's turning on. And let's see what it does once I get this thing installed back again. And it does have a warning that says, just make sure that you screw everything back in tightly because you want it to be secure. You don't want water leaking into the base. Alrighty, there we go. So now we've got over here the coded side, and I'm going to probably have to stop the camera just to download the app and get the instructions and everything because I don't really know what to do at this point, but I'm assuming that you got to just dial in the code and then it unlocks or something. So before I do that, I will go ahead and stop the camera.
All right, so once you get the Igloo Smart Lock out of the box, you're going to see on the side of the device right there a little QR code. When you hover over that with your photo camera, with your camera and photo settings, it'll open up to a application download in the App Store, whatever App Store you're using, and it will then allow you to go ahead and sign up. Now, I signed up, and then it sends you an email. I'm kind of a bit of a tech snob at this point, so I'm like, I wish they would just ask for my phone number and then text message me it. That's a little bit more valuable anyways from a marketing standpoint, so I don't know why they're not doing that. But whatever, to each their own. Like, this company decides to email you the OTP code, that's fine. So you've got to go to your email address, sign into your email. You'll see a code pop up. It's going to be triggered to an email, and there you go, right there. You can't copy this code, which is another annoyance. I know, first world problems, right? You have to actually type in the code. So another reason to switch over to text message OTPs rather than doing email OTPs, which, don't ask me what OTP stands for. I'm guessing something passcode. So there we go. And it's going to say, pair a smart lock. You're going to add a property. You're going to give the property a name. Tell it what region it's in. So I'm assuming you have a dozen different smart lock options, right? So anyways, we go through this whole process. And at this point, it's really, really intuitive. It found it automatically, which I thought was really cool. As soon as I added the batteries, the device found my phone, and my phone found the device, and they paired, and boom, there we go. Super simple process. Naming the lock, obviously name it whatever you want to name it. Don't need to give you any advice there. There we go. Boom. We are all set up. So overall, thus far in the process, great experience, great product design, very simple to use. The QR code's baked in. Anybody that grew up with a smartphone in their hands, or even someone that just got used to a smartphone, will have no problem installing this lock.
All right, so very simply, it is straightforward to set up. I mean, you've got how to access the app right here. Once you download the app, you'll then be able to connect the device. It needs to have batteries in it, but once the batteries are in it, you put your palm over it like that. It syncs with the smart app, and then we haven't actually programmed the code or anything, so I'm just going to unlock it, I believe. Let me go ahead and program a code, then try and unlock it. All right, so I went ahead and unlocked it from my phone. In order to lock it, it's just quite simply close it, and then it even locks on its own, which is pretty cool. Again, it seems like this is a pretty straightforward product, so we'll go ahead and hang it on the door, and then all we have to really do is reprogram the device, and then it looks like this is a extra battery charger, which is really cool because one of the big concerns with smart locks is what happens if the batteries die and you do not have the key. So they've already solved a lot of product failure issues, which I'm guessing was not like the plan with Igloo Lockbox Keybox number 1, but by number 3 they should have a lot of these kinks ironed out. So we'll go try this, install it, and then do an update review after about a week or so. All right, so now we're heading over to the lake house that we're managing, and we're going to install this lock, and then I'm also going to send the code to the guest and see. It's a private friend that's going to be staying at the house that we're managing. They are not booked through anywhere. They're just a friend visiting, and we're going to see overall what their feedback is on the experience and whatnot. Place is gorgeous, so when we do get some videos and whatnot, I'll definitely add those to our Instagram page, Stay Albatross, and then also our Facebook page too, so if you want to check those out. We'll start putting all the properties that we manage on there. We've got a gorgeous place up in Vermont that I just got word from the on-site coordinator slash handyman slash maintenance guy slash cleaner supervisor that a gentleman who used to own one of the nicest resorts in Stowe, Vermont, is going to be staying at the property that we help run. So that's really exciting news. Anyways, keep you guys updated. All right, so basically it was pretty simple to install. Just went ahead and installed it and put it around this section right here. So just got to punch in the code. It opens up. There's keys right there, and then we just ask them to put it right back. And there we go. Here's a little sneak peek to the view that we've got out here. So on next weekend, we're going to have someone come out, an actual professional photographer, and shoot this place. But I mean, look at the view. It's just gorgeous, right? And we're going to work on getting a path down to the water too, but there's actually a boat ramp that's not too far from here. So if you guys are looking for vacation rental management, short-term rental management in the Central Texas area, that's from anywhere from Waco down to Georgetown, Round Rock, give us a shout. You know, my name is Cree. Again, we're living here in Central Texas in the Temple Belton area. We have a furnished housing company, and we do also vacation rental management too. So
that's it for today, guys. If you like this video, be sure to comment, rate, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notified of when we come up with future videos. If you want to see more technology type videos and automation videos around how to run a short-term or mid-term rental business, that's what we're going to be documenting. We currently run a furnished housing company, which encompasses both short-term vacation rental type properties, as well as also more mid-term properties for essential workers and that sort of thing. We'll be documenting a lot of things, as well as also stuff that's going to be just internal for our team. So how to, we're going to be creating a lot of training content for our internal basis, but then also posting some of that here on YouTube as well, based on what we're learning through the process of building this company. So thanks again, guys, for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.